Next, I want to introduce Allison Gaines. Allison is one of my patients and also with FMDSA, and she always inspires me with her positive outlook, her resilience, her desire to help others. And I'm always motivated by my patients who don't get lost within the disease, but try to find a way, an outlet to help others. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us today.
Appreciate that. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I need to use my notes. Sorry. First, I want to thank you for being here. Whether you're a patient, a caregiver, a medical professional, or someone simply wanting to understand more about fibromuscular dysplasia, your presence here is powerful. 15 years ago, I was a healthy, active 42-year-old living life to the fullest with no idea that everything was about to change. Seemingly out of nowhere, I began experiencing debilitating headaches, high blood pressure, fatigue, and a strange whooshing and ringing in my ears. It was terrifying. At first, I chalked it up to stress, working for a major cosmetic company, juggling life, but deep down, I knew something wasn't right. After about 2 weeks of barely being able to function, I went to my primary care doctor. Thankfully, I was one of the lucky ones. He didn't just brush off my symptoms. He listened. He really listened. And he said, there's an underlying cause. These symptoms don't just appear out of nowhere. I had blood work, ultrasounds, and a CT scan. And then came the words I never expected. You have fibromuscular dysplasia. I said, wait, what? They found the classic string of beads in my right renal artery and an aneurysm in my left. My doctor admitted he barely remembered a chapter in medical school and had never seen a case in real life, but he didn't hesitate. He referred me to an interventional radiologist, and within a week, I had a renal angioplasty. To say I was in shock is an understatement. And to add to the shock, when they were checking my carotid arteries for FMD, it was suggested I have an ultrasound on my thyroid. I had suspicious calcification on a nodule. I had no symptoms associated with thyroid issues, but they found Hürthle cells in a biopsy. 3 weeks later, I had my thyroid removed. 2 major surgeries 6 weeks apart. I often wonder still, did being diagnosed with FMD somehow actually save me from thyroid cancer? Life sure threw me a giant curveball. I was anxious. I kept asking, how did this happen? What does this mean for my future? Will I ever feel normal again? In those early moments, the fear was real, but so was something else. A quiet voice inside me saying, this diagnosis doesn't define you. I had a choice, retreat in fear or step forward and advocate, not just for myself, but for others like me. That's when I found Pam Mays and FMDSA. Her guidance was a lifeline. Her compassion, knowledge, and understanding brought me peace. She encouraged me to join the patient registry, and through that, I found Dr. Bruce Gray in Greenville, South Carolina, and later Dr. Esther Kim, both experts, and somehow right here in my own backyard. What a blessing, and one I'll never stop being grateful for. Every chapter of this journey has taught me something about community, about perseverance, about my faith in God, and about the power of using your voice. Yes, I still live with the unknown. There are many days when the anxiety creeps in, when I wonder what's next, when the weight of managing something so rare feels like too much. But I've learned to dig deep. I've learned that support matters, that finding others who get it makes the burden lighter, that knowledge is power, and even understanding the complexities gives us a sense of control. And most of all, that advocacy is a choice and one that we can all make. Because the truth is, fibromuscular dysplasia still lives in the shadows. Too many patients are misdiagnosed, too many doctors miss the signs, Too many people are left navigating this alone, scared, uncertain, and unheard. That's why we need you to help change this narrative. Share your story, educate your colleagues, ask the hard questions, push for research, and keep showing up, because every voice adds weight to this cause. I stand here today, not just as someone with FMD, but as someone who found purpose through the pain. This diagnosis changed my life, but living with a rare disease doesn't mean living a small life. If anything, it reminds me to live a bigger life, one filled with joy, faith, and gratitude. To anyone newly diagnosed, searching for answers, or trying to make sense of their symptoms, don't give up. I know that uncertainty can feel overwhelming, but hope is bigger. Hope is stronger than fear. It's in the people you meet, in the doctors who care, in the advocates who raise awareness, and in the community you didn't know you needed. To the family members, friends, and caregivers quietly holding it all together, your love matters more than you know. Together, we can push for earlier diagnosis, more funding, better treatment, and most importantly, support for every person navigating this journey. FMD may be rare, but we are not alone. We are stronger and braver than we ever imagined. Let's keep shining a light on fibromuscular dysplasia. Let's make it easier for the next person to be diagnosed, supported, and heard, because our voices matter, and together we are so much stronger than this disease. Take the detour, live a big life, never let go of hope. Thank you to my amazing parents, John and Cookie. Their pictures are up there. They're my forever heroes who showed me how to live life with courage, integrity, kindness, and a giving heart. And I know they're shining down on me every day. To my rock star sister, Kristen, who has held my hand, wiped my tears, and walked every step of this journey and life with me, I love you to the beach and back. To Daniel, who reminds me to just breathe. You have been my calm, strength, and comfort through the hardest days of my life. Thank you for loving me. And to all my family and friends, to Pam Mace, the FMDSA Board of Directors, Dr. Kim and her staff at Sanger Heart and Vascular, thank you for being my support system. I am forever grateful. Thank you.
How brave was that? Thank you so much for being vulnerable, but so strong at the same time. Thank you so much. And this room is just full of inspiring people. And that's why I get up on a Saturday and bring my children with me. Because this is like, I don't know, it's like the gas to my car. It's like the food to my body. So thank you all.